Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Guys, I would like to say happy Sunday. The goal today was to do the video outside, but it's so cold outside and kind of muggy. So I was like, no, I'm not going to go outside because, my cold is kind of going away. My voice is getting better. I'm still coughing, but not as bad. And I want to say thanks to all the guys who sent me, messages, emails, text messages that have my number. I'm doing okay. I appreciate that. And guys, I like to say thanks to all of the new subscribers for liking and sharing the content as we hit 2,000 subs within less than 6 months. This is amazing, guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And we're going to continue to build this channel to the best investment channel, early retirement channel, money making channel. Okay, I'm rhyming right now, okay? But, another thing, before I forget, this is not financial advice, okay? So my goal on this channel, and like I tell you guys every single day, is to motivate, right? Is to motivate, because for some reason people like to be motivated. And what's the best way to motivate people than to show them it is possible, right? It is possible, but you have to work at it. It is possible, but you have to invest. It is possible, but it takes time, it takes patience. And it takes learning, right? You got to learn new skill set. And this stuff is not hard. You don't have to, like I tell you guys all the time, I don't read no technicals. I don't know how to read a technical graph and all that stuff. I was learning that stuff during the time I was doing day trade. And I didn't like it because, like I said, I didn't like sitting in front of the computer all day. So I was like, you know what? We got to find something else. And by the grace of God, I stumbled onto dividend investing. And you know what? Well, I started investing, but then I stumbled on the dividend investing while I was investing because I was like, that 4% rule where you have to wait to accumulate a certain amount of money, and then you have to sell 4% of your investment every year to live off of it. I was like, no, I don't want to do that, right? And then I found dividend investing, and everything else changed, and I was like, I just got to get to 24,000 a year, and I can go live in Colombia. I can live in the DR. Back then it was Dominican Republic, even though I was going to Colombia, but I was like, I can live in the DR. I can live a good life with $2 grand a month. Okay. And now, I have properties in Colombia. I'm about to build a house in the DR. I have an apartment in the DR. Right? I mean, and this is not to brag, right? I work for this. I earned this stuff. Okay? And with the help of mixture of high yield, extreme high yield, and regular investment, dividend investing, by the grace of God, I'm going to be able to increase my generational wealth with my family, for my family, right? And also enjoy myself, right? I figure I got another 150 years on this planet. So I'm going to try to enjoy every bit of it. Enjoy it with my kids, enjoy it with my friends, enjoy it with people who around me that show appreciation for my time, right? And show respect, just like I do to everybody else, right? Because, guys, sometimes you have people around you. Now, I can attest to this. Around you that consider, they will say, oh, I'm your friend, I'm your this, I'm your that. But then other people, right, you will be their best friend, right? But they might meet a man, I'm talking about the opposite sex, they might meet a man, and then that friendship that you thought you had goes from where you talk to the person every day to where it's non-existent. But when you're in a relationship, they will still call you and want you to give them your energy, right? Because they need that. But once they find somebody that they feel, oh, this person is gonna be my person, gonna marry me, then you don't exist anymore, right? So those people are out there. I can attest to that. That's happened to me a few times with women, and and then you have these people who's like, oh, I'm your friend. You help them out, and then when time for them to pay you back, they they're like, oh man, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So when those things happen, right, it makes it harder for you to help other people because of the bad taste that you get from helping others, right? So sometimes it's just that you like, you know what? Like I tell people all the time, if somebody asks you for money and you know they don't have money, but they tell you, I'm gonna pay you back, right? And you give them that money, do you really give them that money knowing they're gonna pay you back? Or do you give them that money, say, you know what? In my heart, I know they're not going to pay me back. But if they do, then that would be something I would set aside for them for the next time they come back to ask me for money. This is what I do with certain people, right? Because certain people, they're never going to pay you back. If somebody always asks you, hey man, let me get $1, let me get 500, let me get 100. Now, if they might borrow 50 and pay you back. They might borrow 100 and pay you back. But if they borrow 500 and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to give you 250 and I'll give you the other one later. Okay. So you give me 250, okay, that's fine. Now, if you don't give me my balance 250, the next time you come to me and say, hey, Edwin, I need to borrow some money, I'm going to be like, man, I'm sorry, I don't have it. And up until you pay my money back, you're never going to get anything else from me. That's just the kind of person I am. Okay? Now, there's certain people that I would be like, okay, you know what? Bro, I need $50. Man, I'll hit you back later. Okay, I'll give it to you. Hey, I need $20. Yeah, I got you. But that's a limit. So with everything you do, guys, there's a limit. So people around you can bring you down. Believe me, I know. They can bring you down. So if you have people that just taking away from you and not giving nothing back, you gotta let those people go. Okay? You gotta let those people go. Because you'll be like, how is that got anything to do with investing? It got everything to do with investing. Because the same when you are investing in certain things, you'll be like, oh, I love this stock. I love this ETF. I'm going to continue to invest in it. Even though it's going down the drain, you're losing money, but you're going to keep it until it go to zero, and then you lose money. It's the same as people, right? Friendship, all this stuff, it's about give and take. Relationships, about give and take. Marriage, about give and take, right? In most cases, men, we give more than we receive, right? Because I was talking to a young lady the other day, and she's like, so what are you gonna do for me? And I'm like, I don't understand the question, because I'm very direct, I'm very specific. She's like, well, you're gonna bring me this, you're gonna bring me that, and bring me this, like gifts. And I'm like, okay, so I'm bringing you a gift, and what a gift am I getting back? And then she said, well, you're gonna get love. And then I laughed. I said, love? What am I gonna do with love? I don't need love. I'm 51 years old. I get love of my kids. I don't need love. I said, plus, I don't want to use gift. I know. My friends tell me all the time I'm a a-hole. I can be, because when you work hard for what you got, you know what? And it takes time, especially for men, right? A woman, her value, when she's born, she's beautiful. She has her value. But for us, you could be good looking and all that stuff. Yeah, it might get you somewhere. But if you're not valuable as far as your finance, I mean, you nothing. Because you hear a lot of times women they'll say, I want a man that makes 6 figures, blah 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 blah. But they themselves, they don't make 6 figures, right? So, guys, I'm saying all this to say, because I know most of the people that watch this channel are men. Most of the people that watch this channel are people who want to retire early and they need their money. So, this help them, motivate them to get to the next level. So I'm trying to say this, right? Work hard now and play just as hard. Because you have to enjoy every step of your journey towards financial success. Okay? Because the last 6 months, it's been completely opposite for me. I haven't really enjoyed myself the last 6 months because I've been focused on building my portfolio, right? Now, yes, there was a time where I would enjoy myself, spend a little bit, go eat nice food, buy clothes for my kids, buy nice stuff for my baby, stuff like that. But, those things make me happy because I see they're happy. I see my baby girl is happy. She's excited. Yeah, I enjoy that, right? Daddy goes for that. That makes me extremely happy because I enjoy giving back to my family, to my friends, to people like on this channel. Okay, guys? So, I talked about this some time back, right? I told you guys about layoffs, right? Company are laying people off. Okay? And if you are not financially prepared for this, it can be devastating. Now, take Meta, Google, Microsoft, Tesla. They announced they announced job cuts, right? Factors, economic uncertainty, blah, 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 rapid gain in AI, blah, 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 blah. You guys can see all this stuff. Okay? But if you are working in these kind of places, you're making good money. Even if you like the guy that cleans the floor. If you work at Google, Microsoft, and those places, you're making decent money. Okay, $50,000, $60,000 a year just to be a housekeeper at one of those places. I don't know. I'm just assuming, right? Because they pay their workers a lot of money. But imagine going from making $250,000, $300,000, $400,000, right, a year, and then you spending $30,000, $40,000 a month in expenses. You got a big house, you got cars, you got kids, you got all this other stuff, right? And of course, if you're making that kind of salary, most people got, they have investments and stuff like that. Listen, right? I would say most people. Some people, they have investments and stuff like that. But if your investments is not generating the same amount of money that you generate at your job, that means you cannot afford to lose your job for a substantial period of time, more than 3 months, more than 6 months, right? And if that happens and you lose your job for a certain period of time, then you're gonna be in this boat, right? You're gonna start worrying about sooner or later if you are married and your wife. Most of the time, guys that make this kind of money, right? Their wife doesn't work. If you're making $500,000 a year, $500,000 a year, most of the time, these guys, their wife doesn't work. They stay home with the kids. Okay? And that means if you cannot support your family, what do you think is going to happen? Right? Most women, well, I won't say most, right? Some women will leave, even though they're not working, but they will leave, go to somebody else or go to another man, and now you can go live with your boy for a little bit, your friends for a little bit, while you try to get another job. But, excuse me, if you're not financially prepared for stuff like this to happen, then you got a problem, right? And you can only stay in the shelter for so long, right? Most men are not allowed in the same shelter that women goes to. And there's no place where you can go and say, okay, well, I'm gonna stay here and leave my things. Now, when you leave, you take everything with you because you got to be back in there a certain period of time to get in, or else that place is full, you can't get in. So what are you gonna do when you don't have a job? So that's why I push you guys all the time, right? To start to invest. Start to grow your investments. Yeah, set up a retirement thing where you're working towards that. I mean, you can pull money out of your retirement if you don't have a job, of course. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stop pulling money out of your 401k because you go from making 30 grand a month, right, to making what, $1,000 a month from unemployment. That can't even pay your water bill. That can't even pay your insurance for your car. I mean, that can't even feed your family for a week if you're making 30 grand a month. To go from that and unemployment, where you're gonna get freaking $1,000 a month, whatever it is. Okay. So if you're not preparing in time of peace, you gotta prepare for war. In time of peace, you have to prepare for war. Now, being unemployed, jobless, is considered a war because that affects your livelihood. Being homeless is considered a war because that affects your livelihood. That affects your freedom, your privacy. Right? You see people, a lot of women, you see them, they're living in their cars, right? Whether because of pride, because it's what they want, but they're living in their car. Okay? A lot of men that are living in their car. They got jobs, but they can't afford to pay for an apartment, so they live in their car. Whether they got friends or don't have friends, I don't know. Right? But I know if I didn't have a job today and I needed a place to stay, there's a lot of places I know I can go stay with friends or family that might help me get a job and help me get on my feet than living in my car or being homeless. You know, I don't have these vices. My vice is, I only got one vice. I love the ladies. That's it. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I'm not addicted to worldly things, like things that don't bring me value. That's it. You see this necklace on my neck? I got this. My second wife gave me this necklace as a gift. I had this necklace over 25 years. This necklace, right? And this is the only necklace that I have, other than the ones I would buy with the cloth thing that I wear when I go to Colombia. This one I can wear in DR, no problem. But when I get to Colombia, I take this off. Okay? So guys, it is getting bad out here. And if you are not planning for your future, there going to be times when you don't have it. Now, can you tell me, you think if you lost your job and you got a dividend income, let's say you job making 30 grand a year, a month, right? And you got dividend income coming in for about 5 grand a month, and something wasn't happening with your job, yes, you can collect your whatever you're collecting for Social Security, unemployment for a short period of time. Excuse me, guys. For a short period of time, right? That $1,000 a month, and you got an extra 5 grand a month that is coming from your dividend investment, right? This is not your 401k. This is not your Roth. This is just your dividend investment that you've been putting together as you build your generational wealth, right? Now, you got this 5 G's a month and you get laid off, guess what? You're going to be like, damn, you know what? I'm $25,000 off what I got coming in, right? But you got time, whether you live in a house or renting or whatever, to say, you know what? We're going to downsize. We're going to sell this house. Or I'm gonna give myself time to look for a job because I'm going to cut out all the other extra stuff that I need to pay, and this 5 grand can feed my family. I can make sure I can pay things off that's not going to get repo and live off that 5 grand until you get yourself another job. It don't have to be perfect. But when you start, and then when you imagine if that was to happen to you, and you go back to work, now you're like, oh crap. If it wasn't for that $5,000 that I had coming in, I would have been in worse shape. Now you have something to say, that $5,000 saved my life. Now you might get another job. It might not be that $30,000 a month job. You might get another job that might pay you $10,000 or $15,000 a month. So of course you have to change your life. You have to downsize. People do it all the time. Now you might leave that $30,000 job that you got fired or laid off from and get another job that pay you more money based on whatever you were doing. You know, you're some CISO or senior director or some crap like that, right? Making that kind of money, right? You know, little guy, you know, some kind of financial executives or something like that making that kind of money, right? You're not going to make that kind of money being an engineer, except you live in Silicon Valley or somewhere. You're not going to make that money out here in the South. You know what I mean? So, but you have to have a plan, guys, and say, what can I fall back on tomorrow if something happened to my job? Now, if you're making $5,000 a month and you got $5,000 a month coming in, now you got that F you money. You got that fuck you money. Like, okay. That means you're working to continue to build that generational wealth you have. Continue to get it more, to grow it more, to get it from 5,000 to 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 and up. That's what you're trying to do then. So guys, you got to think outside the freaking box. Okay, I can continue to tell you guys every day what's at stake. Okay? I can continue to tell you guys every day what's at stake. Many retired people are forced to go back to work due to lack of sufficient retirement savings. Right? That can be, is the uptick caused by a factor like inflation, inadequate planning, unexpected expenses, blah, 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 blah. That's what I like to say. Blah, 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 blah. So, if you retired and you got to go back to work because you ain't got no money, of course, that means your plan was not proper. Or you were living on Social Security and your expenses change, right? Your retirement plan is Social Security. Okay? If that's your retirement plan, then shit can happen. I know Donald Trump, was it Donald Trump or somebody just increased not Donald Trump, he's not in office yet. But I know the damn, was it Trump that did that? Somewhere in the news about, you know, there was going to be like a $1,500 increase to Social Security or whatever. I don't know for everybody, but for some people, right? Like I tell you guys all the time, if I don't buy a Lambo before I'm 62 years old, by the time I get 62 and whatever it is, I need to draw Social Security, that money going to be my Lambo fund. I would definitely buy me a Lambo when I'm 60-something years old with my Social Security. Because I don't need the money. Because I'm planning now. I'm building my future now. So I don't have to end up like some of these people. Right? It can be because they planned bad. Because they didn't have the right person to give them the right instructions or information. Or because they didn't give a damn. They were sitting around pointing fingers and blaming other people for their situation. And this stuff really makes me mad, knowing what I know now. It's like, man, it is so easy to be rich in this country. Right? And we do a lot of things, stupid things, to get us off track. Now, what I've learned the last 4 years, now things have changed. Of course, investing have changed since I started to now, where we used to pay fees, so now we don't pay any fees. right? And make it a lot easier. Well, we pay little fees, little pennies on a dollar, kind of like when you use your when you go buy something with your credit card, you know, and the process your credit card has the little fee in the back end that you don't know about that you get to pay. Most people know, some people don't know, but we got to pay a fee every time you use a credit card. That processor, to use that processing machine, there is a fee that is charged. Whether we paid or the vendor paid, and the vendor add that into the price of the goods, we pay. Okay? So as you sit there and think about this stuff, there is a cost for every single thing we do. So if you're not serious about your stuff, you expect somebody else to be serious about it for you? Right? The government are always shutting down. They're always doing all kind of stuff. They can't come to an agreement. Our politicians are freaking horrible. Right? They do stuff for businesses and companies to benefit their own pockets because they get paid in the back end. You want to depend on those guys for your retirement? Right? You want to depend on those guys, right? They're always fighting and backbiting each other to push their own agenda. And like I said, this channel is not about politics, right? This is about money, people, current stuff that's going on right now in this United States, right? You know, my prayers go out to the people that lost their family in New Orleans. You know, what would make a man to go and do what he did? I don't know. Just to run down innocent people, I don't know. Right? I mean, if you want to hurt people, go fight. Go in the military. Go to the war. Go to the war zone. Go join in private companies and tell them, look, I need to be out there because I got this in me. I need to get out. Go out there and go fight. Instead of running down innocent people, they're trying to enjoy themselves. You know, you work hard and somebody else is planning to take away your joy for that reason. You know, and sometimes I don't know, y'all. You know, for people people who don't know me or just getting to know me, they think is Edwin, you're so freaking mean. And people who really know me, they know I'm passionate about people I call my friends, people I call my family, that I would give the shirt off my back for those people. But if you cross me, you dead to me, literally. So I give everything I have to help other people, to make sure they're okay. Because, I mean, we can't take this stuff with us. We can't. You know, I'm coughing, yakking, whatever, but I'm here. Why? Because I made a vow to this channel to continue to provide video every day. Now, of course, there's some shorts I upload to the channel, you know, here and there to keep you guys going. But every single day, I sit here and have a conversation with you guys. And sometimes they like this, like today, you know, it can be a little tough because the emotion come out, you know, the passion come out, and wanting to see people succeed, you know. I'll tell you guys a funny story before I end this recording today. So I met this lady, and we talked about maybe about a week. And then we're having a conversation. She's like, every time I talk to you, you're always talking to your friends. You're always doing stuff. You tell me you're busy on the live. What do you be doing? I said, well, I'm a passable bro. So I have a group of friends that are also passable bros that we have conversations, and we have to have other channels, and we talk and do lives, and people watch and comment and stuff like that. She said, "Oh, you a passable bro?" I was like, "Yeah." She said, "Well, I don't talk to passable bro." I said, "Okay," and that was the end of the conversation, right? So a day passed, and she sent me a message, said, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm fine." I was like, "Can I help you?" "Oh, why you so mean to me?" I was like, "You just told me yesterday you don't talk to passable bro. From yesterday to today, I'm still saying passable bro. So why you want to talk to me?" He said, "Well, from what I know about the passable bros, it's not good." I said, "Okay." I said, "First of all, I didn't holler at you. You holler at me. So what do you know about passable bro that's not good when you reach out, when you try to talk to me?" She said, "Oh." Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that with y'all because I don't want to tell you guys all my business. And this channel is a financial channel. It's not a love story channel. Okay? Now, if you guys want to hear the full story, you got to go to my other channel. But I'm not even putting it up here because I don't want you to know. Okay? That's enough. Guys, I love you guys. And this is true, right? It's not a fiction. No, it's a true story. But I try to put a little bit of humor between my seriousness to keep you guys' attention, right? Because it's not all to be serious. It's by having fun, by being innovative, by being encouraged, by taking a risk. Life is about risk. Every time you do something new in your life, you're taking a risk. You start a new job, you leave a job, you go to the next one. You might get fired after a month or 2 months on that new job. But you don't know that. You're taking a risk, right? When you get married to your wife, to your girlfriend, you're taking a risk. You don't know how good that person is, right? Everything we do in life, we're taking a risk. So what is it going to hurt you to take a risk to invest in yourself? You go to school, you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. My daughter right now, by the time she finished college, I would have spent over $100K for her to go to 4 years of college, university. That's going to benefit her. That's going to benefit me. Well, maybe when she get a degree, something, and she can run the family business, maybe that'll benefit me. But that probably not be too old. That'll benefit her siblings and her kids and kids and kids and kids and future family to come, right? So you got to take time and think about it. Like, you know what? I'm really doing this stuff not just for me, because as you continue to build generational worth, you will start to see things differently. Because as your money grows, you think about ways to save your money, to keep your money, keep more of it, right? So you think about other ways, you think outside the box. But when you're not making enough money, of course, you're not going to be thinking about, well, how do I invest this $5 I got to make $1 million? Of course, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about how do I get this 5 to 100, right? But with time, that 5 will definitely turn to 100, and then 200, 300. Look, you got 1,000. But you have to freaking start investing today. If you don't have an account, this link below. I have Fidelity link, referral link below. I have link below for freaking Robinhood. Okay, so you can't. No excuse. No excuse, guys. Okay, it is freaking 2025. Things are changing. Change with it for the best, not for the worst. Okay? I love you guys. Invest in your future. And tomorrow, hopefully, the market does good where we can make some more money. And we can continue to grow this portfolio and get to that 7-figure mark this year. Okay? I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And last thing I'm going to say, like I always say, this is not financial advice, guys. You know, I do this now. Even though I'm not showing nothing I got to do with money. I ain't telling you to buy anything. But this is just becoming part of my, my conversation now with you guys, okay? So stay blessed, and we're going to do this again tomorrow. Peace out.